Hey guys, Zach here. Today we're going to talk about how to lower your ad cost, lower your cost per lead in your advertising. This is going to work no matter what platform you're using. We primarily advertise with Facebook ads and YouTube ads, but let's talk about this right now. All right, so let's talk about how this actually works with cost per lead and that kind of a thing. So your cost per lead is not determined by some, Facebook ads wizard on the top of a mountain. It's not, Gandalf is not determining how much you're paying for your leads or anything like that. The way this actually works is you have traffic that you're trying to get, right? Now, traffic, and a lot of people don't really understand this, traffic is made up of humans. All right, now it's funny that they don't understand it, but you got to remember that your traffic, when you're talking about traffic or getting people to your funnel, you're actually talking about getting people to your funnel. Okay, so these are human beings with actual goals. These are the people that are around you, right? If you look out your window and you look at someone walking, like that is someone that could be looking at your stuff. Okay, it's an actual human being with dreams, with desires, with fears, with stuff that they do and don't like, with political leans, all these different things. These are these are people in your traffic. Okay, so this is who you're going after. You're going after human beings. Now, let's say you're right here and you're trying to get this traffic through, let's just say Facebook ads, okay? Now you've also got a bunch of competitors that want the same exact person. They want the same exact human being to come to their website. It could be a direct competitor of yours, meaning there could be someone that's, trying to sell something very, very, very similar, or it could be an indirect competitor. Someone, it could be something something totally different, Nerf guns, right? But they're trying to get that same person because of whatever attributes that person has that would make them interested in Nerf guns. So you have direct competitors and you have indirect competitors. Now, obviously, your direct competitors are going to be your biggest problem in the beginning, and then you're going to have all sorts of indirect competitors as your market grows. But the reason that you are paying for ads the reason that your money is going up for ads is because all of these different people are willing to pay money for the ads. And so what happens is Facebook or YouTube or whatever is going to give all of these people an opportunity to pay. And you can basically say, hey, I'm going to pay up to, let's just random stuff, right? I'm going to pay up to, $3 for that human being to come to my website. Well, if this person is willing to pay $3.50, they're going to get the traffic, okay? So ads is a definition of a zero-sum game. If you don't get the traffic, it's not like you get half the human, right? You get none of it. It's either all of it or none of it. And now they're going to give, Facebook and Google is generally going to give everyone an opportunity to bid, right, and bid on that traffic source. So they're going to find out pretty fast how much are you willing to pay for that human being to come to your website. As more competitors enter this sphere, the cost goes up. All right. So as more competitors enter the sphere of this realm, this competition, your cost is going to go up. All right. Your CPL is going to rise, and you can do things about it, obviously, but it's just going to happen. Okay, so here's what you have to do in order to beat that and win. So there's two things that you can really do. Okay, now obviously you can do all sorts of optimizations. Okay, so I'm not going to get into like that kind of stuff. You can write a better ad. You can do micro-targeting strategies. You can do retargeting. You can make a video ad versus this. You can do this versus that. I'm not talking about that stuff. Okay, I'm talking about a more macro level view on this because you already probably know all the micro stuff. So the first thing is to just recognize what I already showed you. Okay, this is a competition. This is not an isolated fight. You're not competing against no one. You're competing against other advertisers going after your person. So you've got to be better than them. So the first thing is you have to make sure your blue ocean is dialed in. All right. So in the last video, which you should go watch if you haven't, we talked about product market fit. All right. So I'm not going to rehash that video, but if you haven't watched that, that's probably the most important video that you can watch if you're in network marketing and you're building online. Even if you're not building online, this is probably the most important video that you can possibly watch on what you're doing in business. Okay, the product market fit. If nobody wants what you've got, it's not going to grow that well, and it's definitely not going to duplicate unless you brute force that thing. And even when you stop brute forcing, it's going to implode. It's not going to work. So this kind of fits in with the blue ocean. What you need to do is you need to create a product right here that we talked about last time that people actually want, which is an opportunity. Your product is an opportunity. You need to create an opportunity that people actually want, all right? Because nobody wants to do the old school bull crap. So you need to create an opportunity that people actually want to do. Again, go watch the video if you haven't. Once you do that, you need to bring that to a market that wants it, that isn't being destroyed already. All right, so for instance, you probably don't want to go directly after network marketers and with that being your messaging, like, hey, network marketers, I have a new way for you to build network marketing. Why would you not want to do that? Because you're going to go directly against our ads, right? Directly against Rebel's ads, which honestly, I don't really care, right? I'm all for competition. May the best man win. May the best woman win. I don't care. Go ahead. But we've got 4 years of optimization in our funnels and our advertising that you're going to have to compete with, which I'm going to show you here in a second as to why that's so important. What that means is we're going to make, I already know how much money we make from every single lead that comes in to our funnel. I know it like precisely. And if you don't make that, your game is going to be short-lived. We've had 2 people directly try to knock us off. Well, one was super direct, one was slightly indirect, a little bit more respectable, but let's just call it 2 with almost direct knockoffs. And unfortunately, they both had bigger, more prestigious names at the time that they did this, which is really sad. And both of their kind of ploys against or competitive natures against Rebels, they were snuffed out in under 30 days. They literally stopped seeing their ads. Why? Because they didn't recognize what I'm about to show you here in point number 2. But what you need to do is figure out a blue ocean. And like I said, I wouldn't probably go directly for network marketers, teaching network marketers how to do a new thing. That's probably not a good blue ocean, okay? But if you want to, go ahead. What I would do instead is find a place that you have a lot of energy to speak to, credibility, and that needs what you've got. So who needs the opportunity that you also relate to? Again, I made a video on the blue ocean, so I'm not going to go over all this. Let's just say that it's dog moms, okay? Because I literally have a person on our team that did dog moms, and they made 6 figures in a fairly short amount of time targeting dog moms with a double target of making money online. So dog moms who have an interest in making money online, that was her blue ocean. That's who she went after, and she sold them a new opportunity. I've seen and worked on myself military slash make money online, okay? So this is a blue ocean that's not really being targeted. Even to this day, it's not like being heavily gone after right now. So you can go target military people who want to make money on the internet and build your whole brand around that. When you do that, here's what you do. You start eliminating some of your direct competitors because, number one, they're probably not going after that double target, the military plus make money online. Number 2, if your messaging is military and these are former military or active military, they're going to resonate with you far more than me, who's not talking about military at all. So you're going to eliminate your competition systematically just by creating a blue ocean, and you're going to lower your lead cost. Number 2 is you need to have a deep funnel. So when people, you've probably seen the picture, right, of the iceberg. This is what people see of the iceberg, but what they don't see is all of this, right? This is what they do not see. So when people do funnel hacking, I'm all for that. I'm all for funnel hacking. I'm all for seeing how stuff works. I'll buy probably maybe a product a month or so just hacking it, right? Just recording it, taking notes on it. What are they doing? All of this stuff. So I'm all for that stuff. But we have to recognize that good businesses have a huge iceberg underneath the water. And that iceberg underneath the water is the moat, okay? It's the protection around the business. And what people don't recognize is that businesses that have been around for a while, any information business has been around for more than a few years, that's still doing well, it's going to have an iceberg underneath the water that you don't see when you funnel hack them. And you got to be aware of that, because if you go try to rip off, let's say I would go try to knock off Russell Brunson, first of all, that would be idiotic. But number 2, if I tried, let's just say all of my marketing was just as good, and I was in the same exact niche, they would destroy me simply because of the deep funnel, right? The deep funnel, they can sell 5 billion products afterwards. Number two, they've also got an iceberg called a SaaS company that's well built out, that has tons of support. It already has a staff built out. It already has support built out. It has all this stuff built out. So they can operate in the red. Like even if I went and attacked them super heavily and I was actually succeeding for a small period of time, they could operate in the red and just literally outbuy me, just buy more ads than me, simply because there's so much deepness to that iceberg. So what you need to do is make sure that you have, I'm going to make a new screen here, you need to make sure that you have a strong moat and back end. All right, so again, the moat is the protection around the castle, right? You need to make sure you have a strong back end. So there's really a few ways to have a strong back end. The first one, and the most obvious one in network marketing, is obviously by building your team out and duplicating. Okay, if you're not duplicating, you're not building network marketing. Okay, you have to duplicate and make money from that team. If you can do that, you're going to have a lot more money to spend on advertising. Number two is upsells. Now, I'm not going to get into all this stuff. As best as you can, you want to create deep funnels so that you can continue to sell your customers, your clients, on future products. Okay, create that deep iceberg. Now, the iceberg, let's say you can't, for whatever reason, you can't. Some people, sometimes you can't sell things to your network marketing team. Totally fine, whatever. That means that this right here, this has to be super strong. You have to be getting people results, keeping them stuck in the business, producing, and you have to be making money there. Here's why. Because as you are competing for this traffic, this is you, right? This is you, and these are all of your competitors, right? What you need to do is be able to spend more money than them. That's what you need to do. That's how you win. If the cost per lead keeps going up, and they will forever. They're going to continue to go up forever. If they continue to go up forever, which they will, you know that's going to happen, you need to make more money from your leads over time. You need to have a stronger lifetime value, and you only do that by serving your team, serving your customers over a long period of time. Because if your customer right now is worth to, let's say your average lead, let's say you're paying $10 cost per lead, and you're on the front end, that lead to you is worth $12, okay? Which that probably wouldn't happen in the beginning. You'd probably be more like 20. So the lead is worth $20 to you, okay, on the front end. Fantastic. That means you can spend up to $20 cost per lead and still break even and have your network marketing team on the back end make you your real money. But you want to have a separation here on that front end. You want to be having, in the beginning, doubling over, tripling, quadrupling over, but as you get bigger, you start scaling more and you start fighting more competitors in the ad space, your margins get thinner because they start squeezing you out. So this is going to shrink. So what you need is to make more and more money on the back end so that as the lead cost goes up and up and up, number one, you try to make more money on the front end, right? And if you can't for whatever reason, then you make more money on the back end so that each lead to you is worth, let's say, $50 over the course of 3 months or whatever. If you know that lead to you is worth over $50 over the course of 3 months and you have enough cash sitting in the bank now, you can pay $50 per lead and crush all of your competitors because they can't do that. And that's how you wipe the floor with people. That's how you win this competition. That's why it's really hard to go after and try to disrupt a business that's massive like ClickFunnels, like Tony Robbins, like Brendon Burchard. I don't know if this is the actual stat, but I have heard that Brendon Burchard doesn't even attempt to make a profit on his leads for 6 months. That shows you how strong the back end is. That also shows how much he's willing to pay for a lead. So if you try to go after him and you can only pay $7 a lead and this guy can pay 50, who's going to win? He's going to win all day long. So this is how you pay. This is how you spend more and lower your cost per lead and then get more leads and actually scale. Sound good? All right, guys. I know this has been kind of, different than you may have expected. So if you found value in this, go down below. Let me know in the comments. That'd be fantastic. Let me know to make more videos like this. And if you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And with that, guys, hope you have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you soon.